Yes, let's get into game number one, folks. It's Complexity versus Veloce here. Some old names of yore on both sides of the ball. Greasy Meister, Season 2 World Champion.
You're absolutely right.
Flipside Tactics.
It really is the game of people who were in the Rlcs a long time ago, and it's sort of the, Phoenix from the ashes
What
story
year
for
is
a lot of them, yeah.
So we see Veloce in the orange, Complexity in the blue. Start off with Greasy here in the corner. Freaky with an air ball there. Cassio will follow this one. He's got a little bit of boost to work with, but runs out towards the end of the flight. Greasy now pushes it across midfield. A nice take from Magnus to keep this one in the center. And Cassio with a miss. Flame has to fall back and cover for his teammate here. He's now getting challenged by Flakes, and he'll have the read. Looking for it to set it up. Oh, Cross nearly did it by himself. His teammates were pretty far back as well. He was going to have to do it by himself, but no goal yet for Complexity.
I'm actually pretty curious how Magnus is going to play, because he was a guy that I thought was going to get picked up around the time when Old Method disbanded as well, because he was such a strong force on that team in terms of generating assists, some goal-scoring opportunities, so we'll see if he has any success today.
Complexity, one of the earliest teams that was super consistent.
Yeah.
Just held off from championships by the uber consistency of the dynasty that eventually became Dignitas. Cassio back out here. This ball kind of just lofted in the midfield. Flame will put it in, and what a shot! Cassio sees the opportunity. One false touch in the midfield strikes disaster for Complexity.
Yeah, Greasy just trying to get that long, clear back up the pitch so his teammate could pick up the midfield boost and turn right around, and Complexity would be on offense, but the slight mistiming got it on the wrong part of the car, tipped it up. Flame to Cassio to the back of the net.
That puts Veloce on the board first. Cassio now with Freaky looking for goalies. He's able to harass Flakes, but no goal comes of it. Freaky rocking the new Fennec. This has been the first season we've gotten to see Fenix in RLCS play.
Yep.
So we had not yet had Chaussette bring it into light until DreamHack Valencia. Pass from Flakes into the midfield. Nobody home to take the shot. It's an absolutely wonderful setup.
Ooh.
There's Flame, the pass in the midfield. Again, no pressure from the rest of Veloce.
It was really quite surprising as well. Flame had a great pass. He saw all of Complexity back off, so he said, great. Strong infield pass coming, and the fact nobody was there, a bit concerning in my eyes.
Neutral 50-50 to the side. Magnus, the only one in the area. Picks up control, gets it underneath one. It's a nice bounce back off the corner. Flakes a shot, misses. Greasy comes in, but the defense finally is able to get their wits about them. A follow-up shot from Magnus, saved by Cassio. And now the rotation back out, down the corner, using the wall all the way. He'll look for the pass here, gets it out towards Freaky, but Flakes was able to intercept, and now back to midfield. Complexity still looking for that first goal. A shot from Cassio from midfield, defended by Greasy. There's no transition, though. Freaky again with another opportunity to shoot. Flakes will be in the way this time. And now Flame off the backboard. This one will bounce out. Where's the pressure? Nobody's home as Freaky tried to rotate across the midfield, cutting off the third man, and now he's got to play defense.
Wow, Magnus had a wide open net off the demo on Cassio, but he just didn't square the ball up, and now it's back the other way. Time continues to tick for Veloce. Booming clear, though.
Nice shot. A bit high, but Freaky able to send it to the side. Some help from Flame. That one gets it through an open net right now, but Cassio's able to get there before Magnus can put it in the net.
Double commit from Complexity. Again, another wide open chance for Complexity they don't capitalize on.
Magnus has control. The pass to Flakes. It's up. It's beat the first defender in the air. Flakes falls to try and hold on to this. See if he can get the back pass to Greasy. Leaves it for him. And now the pinch goes off the ceiling and back down. Magnus doesn't make contact in the midfield, but Flakes has space. Complexity will hold on to control, but now the challenge from Cassio. Back into the blue, and Greasy beats him on the wall. A back and forth affair kind of in this middle third of the field. Nobody really getting control.
And I am really liking the approach from both teams. If anyone's got space, immediately they'll try and shut it down. Like Flame sees Greasy slow the ball down and tries to say, all right, you're figuring yourself to go up the wall. Just make sure I get myself there. They don't want to let anyone, beat someone in the midfield.
Quite the pinch there. All the way to the Veloce corner, but in the final minute, now Veloce pressing again. A lot of space for Freaky, but Magnus makes the save. Cassio up on the challenge, is beaten in the midfield by Complexity, and now into Veloce's corner. Flame gets it over one, but still near the box. A demolition on the goalie. It's dropping down. Cassio's got it out. The shot it was going to have to bounce a few more times to go in the goal. And now Flame looking for a counterattack. He's got Freaky in the midfield here. Flakes is in between the two of them, and he'll carry it to the corner. Now Cassio in the backfield, able to get underneath that frontline offense. 23 seconds left. Only a one-goal game. Complexity just needs one moment of offensive brilliance to tie this back up and send us to overtime.
Well, they've had a couple moments with some wide open nets. Here's a chance. Bounce in front. Cassio makes the read off the wall.
Get it away. Veloce, 10 seconds left. Pushing up. A win in front of the box. Flakes in his own corner, being challenged by Freaky. Loses control, and he loses it to Magnus as well. Greasy puts this high. There's one player up, but Cassio's got them red. It'll drop into the corner. Greasy keeps it off the ground. Flakes helps as well, but it eventually does touch. And Veloce takes the first. Complexity going to be looking to bounce back after losing game one, but only one goal. Only one goal has been scored in Europe so far.
And it really is just to tighten the screws a little bit here for Complexity, and I feel like it'll go better.
Flame to the back wall. Magnus there. Clearing it away. Just to follow his own touch. Pitch goes to Cassio, and the ball stays in midfield. Now Greasy. The top of one. Flakes. Go back into the corner. Freaky keeps this ball nice and high. Greasy finds a counter touch in midfield, but the ball still makes its way into his back third. Flakes demolished in his corners. Flame lofts it high, and Cassio gets another one. Greasy demolished as well. 2 players down, and we'll see if Veloce can press the issue. No, actually, 2 of them hanging back far in their own territory. Freaky, the only one who was advancing on that momentary power play.
Second time this series, there's been opportunity and a lack of presence in the middle of the pitch, and here's a double commit now too, so that'll slow them down a little bit.
That was an extreme double commit, but they did get solid power on the ball, which gives them time to get back down. Now Flame on the side. Flakes, the soft touch into the corner. Freaky's got the clear. He's fallen himself, but Greasy's out. And Flame has left the building. We'll see how if and when he comes back.
We'll find out why, but until then, we play on, and actually, yes.
We'll stop.
We'll
kick off here. So this will not, nobody scored, and nobody was near to scoring, so this seems fair and appropriate.
But to your point,
and game 2 is underway.
Clearing the ball high, out to the side, make the shooting angle as small as possible, valuable.
Absolutely. Let's see if anybody can make use of all that knowledge we just dropped on them here now in game 2. As Greasy looks to double tap it, didn't quite find the touch. And now Flame moving up. Flakes over to the side. And he gets it past 1 and past 2. It's just Flame in the backfield now, and he gets a nice solid clear. Magnus now back towards Greasy, looking for the counterattack, and they look for the interception but didn't find it. Flame misses it as well, but he's able to get enough in the way that Greasy's looking for the dunk, and neither really gets what they want.
Ooh, huge
now
block though from Freaky though.
Oh, Greasy though, the corner had the response. Now Flame back into the corner once more. He gets a second touch across the goal, but it's off the post, and then Cassio's touch goes off Flame. Now Freaky up onto the backboard. Did anyone rotate in? Cassio tries, but now out of boost. It's all up to Flame. And he'll have a bit of space. Gets it nice and high. Buys time for his teammates to get back.
And that was such a great play from Veloce, because it was that big challenge from Freaky in the midfield. Those are those critical challenges we get to talk about. You stop the clear attempt, you catch the other team pushing forward, but you get the ball going back towards their own half, and then they're in a terrible spot to deal with your attack, and unfortunately the follow-up shot's not accurate.
Greasy through 1. Flakes in the corner. As Cassio. Freaky now. Alone with the ball. And a fake on the wall to get it past 1. The second touch is a little bit more easily read, and Magnus actually on the rotation back in gets a demolition.
Oh, look at him go!
Cassio's just not going to be able to find contact, and that's Complexity with their first goal and the lead.
This is Magnus making big plays. The demo there on the side of the pitch to take out the player who can challenge the ball first, and then Cassio had to jump early because Magnus was in his phase too. So just an excellent job from Magnus, opening a clear window and turning it into a scoring chance.
The trail was blue as well. I think there's a chance he actually dunked that off of Cassio. Cassio might have even had the clear without Magnus's interception. So solid play. It's Complexity finally on the board with 1 minute and 40 left to go here in game 2, and now an open backfield. Flame will get there in time. Freaky gets demolished though. This creates some pressure. Here's Greasy with the shot and a save from Cassio to send it away. Freaky and Flame now advancing on the counterattack. A miss on the corner. Magnus advancing once more towards the backboard. It's Cassio and Flame on a double commit. Cassio goes to the corner, but can Greasy and company find the shot? Greasy up over 1, looking for the dribble, and then just loses control. Now Magnus in, lost to Freaky in the midfield. Veloce looking to tie up the game. A nice touch off the wall. Cassio passes down and in, but Flame wasn't to him.
Just a little off the mark, though, but it was a great press. When there's another double commit, and here's exactly like that. 2 players push, you leave him in the one-on-one. Magnus! Oh, no! He had everything perfect. Just didn't hit the ball hard enough.
Just needed one last small touch to tuck it around the post. A bump from Flame to clear the goalie clean out of the net, but there was nobody there to take the shot. The first setup hit the crossbar. And Complexity's holding on to this 1-goal lead. Now Cassio over the front, Flakes through 1. Now with Flame to deal with in the backfield. Up to the corner, off the ceiling, I'm able to make use of the flip. Tries to use it a second time, but Greasy gets out the midfield, but then gets tucked away. Freaky and Flame, 2 demolitions. It's just a 1v3. 1 clear comes through. Greasy on the respawn, finds it. Flakes on the respawn, finds the counter touch, and now they're back on offense. With 9 seconds left, they're holding on to the lead. Back in front, Freaky's there, but loses a challenge to Magnus, and that should be the ball game here. Still be able to slow this down in the corner, waste all the time, and a miss won't help. There it touches the ground.
You're into them.
Yeah, just take the shots. But I think we're ready to get into Game 3, folks, and we will get started on Wasteland. Going on in. It'll be Flakes against Freaky on the kickoffs here. Cassio Magnus has a double diagonal. I got bamboozled. Freaky out of the backfield. Plays to the corner, back behind both of Complexity's defenders rotating in, and a nice pass play, and great start for the offense from Veloce. We said we wanted to see some, and they give it to us.
Yeah, Flakes and Magnus really just trying to make sure they don't run into each other as they go for that clear. Unfortunately, it pops right into the middle. Greasy's waiting in the far corner because he's got 2 teammates defending the near post, and he's not really driving into the middle of the net to pull a potential shot out because he just doesn't think one is possible. And so he can't get on the right side of the ball to pop it clean.
Magnus got brutally pit maneuvered in the corner, completely out of boost, has the long rotation back. But the ball stays glued to the wall and doesn't actually cross in front of the box. Another infield pass, this one just wide, and Flame will adjust. Cassio wants to take control. He's going to be up after Magnus, though, so he's going to lose control.
Man, I feel like they hurt me.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here like, Veloce, I don't feel like you got the firepower. Well, they're bringing the heat to start off Game 3.
Infield passes, let's go. Channel our inner Cloud 9 here. Magnus out to the side, Cassio onto the backboard now, following it himself. Flakes takes it away, but here comes Flame in, pick up the slack, looks for a pass outwards, gets it underneath 1. Magnus will have the clear. Nobody was crashing the box. Flame did a quick turnaround. Might be a bit low on boost here. He's only got 25 left as he's falling on this one. Magnus will find the clear. Now Freaky past 1. Greasy over the top towards the goal. Cassio just back down into the middle of the field. Flame with a bit of space. He'll loft it, and Magnus will play it to the corner. The rest of Veloce. Here comes Cassio. Now it's going to be Freaky's turn. On the side, Greasy gets it past him. Flame out to the side. Cassio, nobody there to challenge him. He's pretty much out of boost. It would have been an easy challenge, but it's like all the rest of Complexity also low on boost.
So in this game, just sitting here watching Greasy, he really does. He's the guy in charge of the clears mostly. He'll let Flakes and Magnus be the first 2 to challenge, and then he'll just rotate behind them and play that back post defense and be like, all right, anything gets by you, I'll clear it to the corner, take it up the wall, and go for the long clear, and we'll just reset. It seems to be his approach, at least in this game.
It was a fireburner role of just the cleanup.
Yeah, really just lock down the back line.
Flame rotates out, doesn't feel brave enough to challenge that corner, and now he'll go up against Magnus, but the challenge in the midfield is neutral. Both players having to expend boost to get the ball nowhere. It's Freaky, his own corner, chooses to punt it over the top of 1. Magnus in the corner will have control, as he's got 2 uncontested contacts. As Greasy tries to get it to Magnus. Ball spending a lot of time right now on the side walls. Both teams kind of trying to use the corner to get the ball in front of the goal. Well, dribble it around and then pass it into the box, and there's no one's getting that last step completed.
Yeah, there is a lot of space for both teams when it gets popped out against the sidewall. But here's a missed touch, and Freaky will collect.
I guess it finally works. Again, ball spending time in the corner, and Magnus this time just not quite able to make contact to keep it glued to the wall. It pops out for Freaky, and the rotation was getting boost right now. There was a little bit slow coming in there. 2-0 now. 2 goals scored in the game. How about it?
I don't believe it. But yeah, that really was just a slight misplay from Magnus. Just wanted to keep that ball stuck to the wall, like you said, because his plan was tap it up the wall, grab the boost, and go for the long clear off the wall again.
Flakes with the win. Cassio shut down the rest of that play. And Freaky with not the best touch in the corner here, but Flakes just takes his time. He wants to get a really solid one, but this gives Flame time to read it as well. Now the ball goes into the blue. The rest of the defense from Veloce getting crowded, and now one touch from Magnus over the top of one. Cassio will find a nice clear on a difficult angle. It's Greasy now. Towards the back wall. Flames up for it, shuts down the play. Cassio and Freaky, a bit of confusion in the net as to who's moving forward on the rotation. Cassio will put it into the corner. Flakes takes his time, but he'll find Greasy in the midfield. A shot is a bit high, but gets two defenders out of it. Flame will get the clear, but where's the rest of the pressure? Here comes Magnus. He's got Flakes in the midfield. Freaky's up for the challenge. Gets it over the top. Actually finds Flame, who was aggressively positioned, but it goes back. Now Magnus comes back in once more. The clears still hold on for Veloce, but the pressure for Complexity getting a little bit better here. They're going to need 2 goals in just over a minute. They want to see overtime.
A little bit better is right, but they need to win the balls in the midfield. Like Flakes, he can't get beat to that ball. Cassio, of course, had the much better approach. The pass wasn't good. Greasy trying to go across the pitch, and Flakes can't collect that either.
Here comes Flakes with one more opportunity. This time beaten by Flame. And Magnus back into the mid. Flakes finally finds a nice touch towards the goal. This clear is not good, but lucky for them, Magnus was not ready for Freaky's touch to be so subpar, and the rest of the defense is able to clean it up. Greasy coming off the ceiling, tries to pass down, actually gets it past Flakes instead, and now Cassio on the punish. Magnus will clear it to the side. Magnus, a player who built a reputation for being an absolute wall of a defender. We'll keep that going here in Season 8. Flakes dumps it back to his own corner, just trying to keep it away from his box. Right now, defense is not going to win them this game. They have to find a way to score in 20 seconds. With every second that goes by, I think it's less likely.
Oh, Flakes has Greasy.
What a save.
Cassio, great understanding of where that pass was headed. Shut down the shooting lane, but last chance here. I'm not sure if they've got the time.
I think it's all over. So he goes towards the goalie. Might even get one more for the road. Cassio puts in a third goal. We'll get a 1-second kickoff, and the game will end 3-0.
Man.
And Veloce now on match point against Complexity.
You're absolutely right, Wavepunk. And it came as a complete surprise to me, because I really didn't feel like in games 1 and 2, Veloce's not out here just winning the ball over and over in the midfield. But boy, honestly, they didn't even really do that.
We'll see if they can tighten it up. The one mistake that I think was kind of the real problem for Complexity was that Magnus touch in the corner that just gave the ball straight to Freaky for goal 2. That was kind of when the game got out of hand.
Play, yeah. Sometimes things get away from you, and already trying to pick up right where they left off. Complexity with the pressure, but Flakes cuts one.
Oh.
And weak touch.
Ooh, Freaky stops him and then gets kind of reverse Goomba stomps, but Flame is able to come in and get it back to midfield. Now Freaky picking up control. I like this pressure. It's Magnus over to the side. There's Flame. Bumped high over the ball. Magnus moves back down. Manages to get control over the top of Cassio. The Freaky will have to clear in the backfield. Flakes in his own corner. High on the wall. Flame wins the challenge. Greasy back down. Cassio tries to pick this up. He's got 2 players to beat. Gets it past one. Nearly finds the bump on Flakes. Doesn't matter. Freaky's there to clean up, and Veloce's got the lead again.
Flakes has a lot of information to try and parse through quickly. Nice shot from Cassio. Is it in? No. Okay. It bounced off the post and out in the middle. Where do I have to be? Just a lot of stimulus to take in, and couldn't read the ball bouncing back and forth left to right that quickly. Just a great pressure again from Veloce.
Oh, the fake on one nearly gets it past Flakes, but he gets the save this time. And now Complexity looking for a counterattack. Greasy, what does he do out of this corner here? This is a difficult situation. He gets it past one. He'll look for the pass down. Finds Flakes, but Freaky's in the way, and Flakes didn't really make contact, I don't think. A rough situation as they've tried again. Greasy had to fall back on what could have been an extended offense, but felt the strengthening of the defensive positioning was more important. Now Flame into the corner. Flakes will pick this one up, but interference from Veloce just continues to plague Complexity. Can't get the ball out of their own back third. Finally, a clear comes through. But Cassio into the midfield. Freaky will lose this one to Greasy, and now a scoring opportunity for Complexity as it falls straight down. Magnus versus Cassio. The shot is very, very soft and off the crossbar. Cassio will find the clear just fine.
Those are the chances that need to be in, and now they won't have as much space to work with. But Flakes has another chance. Air dribble, popped high. Greasy going to force the issue, and Magnus has to wait for just a moment to make sure his teammates are in position.
Yeah, and Greasy effectively clearing that to the side. Complexity having a rough time of it here in Game 4. Freaky looked for bumps. Greasy towards Flakes. It looks like he maybe has outdistanced his teammate. He has.
But again, it's like that's the idea. It's the long cross. It's away from defense. It's a beautiful idea. It's just it's slightly off target, and that makes it so much more difficult to shoot strongly.
Flakes over to the side now. So he looks to clear here, gets it past one. The second challenge, not entirely unfavorable, but Flame was there first, and then a double commit of disastrous proportions. And Freaky will double tap that, and he made that way harder than it needed to be. But this one entirely was Magnus and Greasy completely blowing their goal wide open.
Yeah, you absolutely said it. There's not much else that needs to be said. Freaky would like to make sure to go practice that one in training so he doesn't risk blasting it off the bar again, but either way, back into the car and make it a 2-0 lead.
I just want to see Complexity score. I want both teams to have a goal in the game, but a third one sneaks in. Casio just able to beat the defender on the backboard near the floor. Kickoff goal for Veloce.
Just a tough ball to deal with for Greasy. I think he was expecting that ball to bounce straight down, but it hit just the right angle on that corner and bounced out away from him to where he couldn't really make a play on the ball.
Here at halftime, down by 3. And on match point, Complexity has to kick it into 7th gear at this point, or else say goodbye to this first series. Veloce, the Cinderella story. We talked about it, a nice attempt there from Complexity, but it's cleared by Casio. This would be a great way to start their first season. A season they weren't supposed to be playing, but now taking it to a team that qualified ahead of them. Flakes the pass inwards. Freaky downfield, Greasy across.
And again, it's looking for Magnus, but it's off the mark.
Casio's shot a bit high and wide. Magnus will look to carry it out, but losing a challenge in the corner. The one place where it seems like Complexity has been the most consistent is the first challenge to get out of their half. They can get the ball to midfield pretty consistently. It's then it falls apart once they get into the orange here.
That was a problem that I said Ghost used to have a lot of issues with. They would make a good clear, and it would be the transition play, the pass up the field somewhere that just wasn't executed properly.
As a play past one with Flakes, looks for a double tap, but loses control of it on the back end of the drive. Magnus demolished in the midfield, leaves Flakes alone. Bump in the mid kind of opens up a bit of space for both teams here, but Flakes not able to beat Flame. Greasy passing it back towards his teammate, but Flakes is rotating out and gets demolished on his way. Magnus dropping into this corner. Where Flakes spawns will kind of affect how the Complexity rotation pans out. He spawns in the favorable corner. With 1 minute remaining, Complexity. This one's looking a bit out of reach.
They really just haven't had much chance to clear the ball. I mean, there's been 13 shots from Veloce. I was sitting here watching game 1 and 2, and Veloce is not really lighting up the scoreboard. Then games 3 and 4 roll around, and now it's just Complexity just boxed in.
It's Flakes to the side, 25 seconds at this point. Just getting any goals on the board to help with their stats. They've scored 1 goal in 4 games of RLCS so far.
Haven't scored since game 2.
Freaky up in the corner here, 13 seconds left. The pressure continues from Casio, can't even get out of the corner. The thing that they were excelling at through the rest of the series has become difficult in the final minute for Complexity. 4 seconds left. Do they have enough control to get 1 goal in? Looks like Magnus actually just going to say, let's just get out of this. Let's go.